Ayun o, maulan doon sa Gawido, no?
Gigantes Islands, a place where legends, seafood, and raw beauty collide. Considered as one of the hidden gems of Iloilo, located off the northeastern coast of Panay with untouched beaches, limestone cliffs, and crystal clear waters. It's a place where time slows down and nature takes center stage. Here in Gigantes, every view is a story and every moment feels like a quiet escape from the world. So come and join us as we explore the Gigantes Islands and share our travel experiences with you. Hola! Another day, another travel adventure. And this time, we're flying to Iloilo. I booked our tickets a month before the trip gamit ang SedPass, and our airfare cost us only 2,090 each. After about an hour of travel, we arrive here in Iloilo. Nag-check-in na rin kami dito sa Hop-In Hotel. Since first time namin here in Iloilo, we chose an accommodation na malapit sa city para easy access sa lahat and of course, budget-friendly din. To be honest, we were really surprised with this place. We only spent 4,700 for 3-night stay. Pero sobrang linis, maayos, and everything looks good.
Good morning! So, it's 3:50 something, 3:52 ata. 4 a.m. kami ipipick up dun sa hotel lobby. Bababa na kami maya-maya lang.
Very early call time today. We needed to travel around 3 hours to get to Bangkal Port, which is the jump-off point to Gigantes. After a long ride, we arrive at Bangkal Port for the registration process. Dito, kailangan i-prepare ang valid ID, then present yung proof of payment, whether fully paid or partial lang, and of course, need to register all the names joining the tour. We booked our tour for only 1,199 pesos. Pagkatapos naming makapag-register, may designated waiting area kung saan hihintayin muna na matawag ang pangalan bago sumakay ng boat. It took almost an hour, so be prepared for a bit of waiting, especially if you're traveling during peak season. Once we were called, we proceeded to board the boat. Since joiners package yung kinuha namin, mina-maximize talaga nila yung boat capacity. Medyo gloomy at maulap pa nung umalis kami ng port. But we were really hoping for the weather to clear up so we could fully enjoy the island hopping experience. First stop, Cabugao Gamay Island. This is the most photographed spot in all of Gigantes, and you'll see exactly why. Picture taking, swimming, rock climbing, ilan lang sa mga pwedeng magawa dito. Pagkababa pa lang namin ng boat, our tour guide got a number for the photo line going up the iconic cliffside view. While waiting, we explored the island and kanya-kanyang spot na rin to take photos. Sa mga mahilig ding mag-swim tulad ko, paki-take note lang ang jellyfish season. But during this month ng aming travel, jellyfish season is starting kaya may mga maliliit na jellyfish na nakikiswimming. At this time, tinawag na rin kami ng aming tour guide for our photo sesh sa taas. Good thing, di naman kami masyadong nagtagal sa pila, mabilis naman ang flow, kaya maski waiting, picture-picture na rin kasi onti-unti na rin nakikita ang magandang view. And when it was to our turn, sinulit talaga namin ang pagpicture. Every angle yan, syempre. Cabugao Gamay Island is the most iconic in the Gigantes group. Its name comes from cabugao, a type of native lime, and Gamay, which means small in Hiligaynon. The island is best known for its sandbar that curves between two rock formations, with a viewpoint that gives you a perfect 360-degree aerial view of the sea, sky, and shore, making it the signature face of Islas de Gigantes. Next up, Bantigue Sandbar. It's a long, curving sandbar na partially disappears during high tide. The sand is a mix of white sand and crushed shells. So medyo coarse, pero ang ganda ng contrast against the turquoise water. It's a great spot to just take photos or enjoy the view habang nagpapahinga between island hopping. Our third stop, Antonia Beach. This is one of the best spots for snorkeling, swimming, and of course, picture-taking pa rin. Antonia Beach is also one of the common lunch spots during the island tour. Pero hindi pa kami dito magla-lunch. Stop over muna kami for quick photos and to enjoy the view. Pero aside from that, meron ding mga local vendors selling fresh sea urchin for only 50 pesos each. Syempre, we didn't miss the chance to try it. If you're buying sea urchins here, makikita mo mismo na dun pa lang sa harap mo i-open ni Kuya. Super fresh, diba? Right after buksan, lilinisin na rin niya and ituturo na rin niya which part is safe to eat. Perfect for first-timers na gustong mag-try ng fresh uni experience. First time namin to try this, and honestly, it looked a bit scary at first, but when we tasted it,
maasim yung suka.
Parang yung reaction ko na sa Tamilocan.
Yung yellow part daw yung kukunin.
it was creamy, a bit briny, and best paired with suka.
Lasang alak.
It's like a taste of the ocean in one bite. After that, picture muna, then off to the water for some snorkeling time. Antonia Beach is a privately owned stretch of white sand paradise located on the southern part of Gigantes Sur. It's known for its calm, crystal clear waters, ideal for swimming, snorkeling, and even cliff diving nearby. The beach is also famous for its fresh seafood, especially scallops and sea urchin, which locals prepare on the spot for visitors. Though often a lunch stop during island tours, it's also a great place to relax and take in the island vibes. You can really say that it is a perfect mix of island adventure and local flavor. Fourth stop, Tinagong Baybay, also called Mini Boracay dahil sa fine white sand. Sobrang ganda ng beach, tahimik, malinis, at sobrang linaw ng tubig. Pero pass-by lang kami dito kasi by this time, lahat ng passengers gutom na and it was already lunchtime. So as much as we wanted to explore, we had to move on muna to our next stop at Dalantangan Beach, our lunch stop. Since low tide, hindi na makalapit ang boat so we had to walk through the shallow water para makarating sa shore. Lunch is included in the tour package and yes, only scallops po tayo dito. Pagdating namin, nakaset up na ang lahat, ready to eat. May ibang ulam din aside from scallops so don't worry kung hindi ka fan ng seafood. Sobrang sulit kasi only scallops, only soup, and only rice na rin. And eto na ang aftermath ng kainan. Sobrang busog yan siya o... Sixth stop, Tangke Lagoon. Tuloy ang tour maski sobrang busog. Pagkababa ng boat, may onting lakaran sa floating platform and ilang steps pataas para makapasok sa lagoon. As expected, low tide inside the lagoon during our visit. But still, may magandang photo spot sa taas, overlooking the whole area. Perfect for that wide, scenic shot. Tangke Lagoon is a hidden natural saltwater pool tucked between dramatic limestone cliffs on Gigantes Sur. Its name, Tangke, in Hiligaynon, means tank, referring to how the lagoon holds water like a basin. Accessible only during island hopping, it's famous for its still waters, dramatic rock formations, and that iconic top view overlooking the entire lagoon, a favorite photo spot for tourists. It's best to visit during mid to high tide when the water level is ideal for swimming. While waiting for the others, balik na kami malapit sa sakayan ng boat. Pero pwede palang mag-swim kaya nag-swimming muna ako. But little did I know, pag-ahon ko, may sugat na pala ako sa legs. Turns out, may matalim na tumubo or nakadikit sa floating platform. I'm not even sure what it was, pero for sure, masakit siya. Our 7th and final stop, Hulupandan Island. Hindi na ako bumaba this time kasi ginagamot ko pa yung sugat ko. So si Kenneth na lang ang nag-explore ng island and took some shots. We stayed here a bit longer kasi umuulan pa daw sa port. Nagpapalipas din kami ng oras para di na rin daw namin masalubong ang ulan. Hulupandan Island is one of the smallest islets in the Gigantes group. Known for its solitary palm tree standing tall in the middle of the sea. With its tiny shoreline and crystal clear waters, it's often a quick stop for photos and quiet moments. Despite its size, Hulupandan leaves a lasting impression, simple, serene, and beautifully remote. Ito na rin yung time na tinatawag na lahat ng passengers para dali-dali kaming makaalis dahil papunta na sa amin ang bad weather. Unti-unting lumakas ang ulan, kasabay na rin ang malalakas na alon. We couldn't even lift our heads kasi masakit na ang bawat hampas ng ulan sa aming mga mukha. Grabe talaga. What an experience! Kudos sa mga librarians na nakasama namin sa front row. Alam kong sobrang hirap ng pwesto nila. Kasabay nito, tinitiis na rin namin ang bawat wave and buhos ng ulan para lang makauwi kami ng safe. By this time, super lakas na talaga at zero visibility. Hindi namin makita kung nasa na yung port. And then finally, pagkakita namin sa port, we all cheered. Sobrang relief. We made it. Safe and soaking wet. Pagkadaong, tuloy pa rin ang malakas na ulan. Kailangan naming maglakad papunta sa sakayan ng tricycle. We had to ride a tricycle to the terminal where our van was already waiting for us. After another 3-hour ride back, finally, time to rest. Grabe ang ganap today, definitely another core memory. And that wraps our first full day here in Iloilo. We hope you enjoyed the adventure as much as we did. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on our next video.